Hi, this is Steve O'Mooney, and you're listening to another production of the Four Eyed Radio Network at foureyeradio.com.
Hey there, Eric here from Socially Awkward Studios, and this Four-Eyed Radio presentation is being proudly brought to you by Raven Designs, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit ravencruise.com.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to another week of Appropriately Inappropriate. I'm Kevin Elliott. You can follow me on everything social media at I am Kevin Elliott. That's Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, the whole nine. My Instagram game is sick. The pictures I post are funny, kind of, and sometimes they're not. And as always, my lovely co-host is...
What's up, everybody? It's me, Nancy Garrigus. You can follow me on Instagram at ngarrigus.
Killer. And you post really funny pictures, too.
I actually like my pictures. I just haven't posted any in a long time.
No.
I haven't been up to anything.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too.
Guys, we really hope you enjoyed last week's episode. It was a packed house. If you haven't listened to it, definitely go back and check it out. We had Jason Collings and his brother David Collings. We had Josh Nasser, and we had Ryan Dune on, and Joe Gangemi was on as well. I had no idea how famous that Ryan Dune kid is. He's like internet famous, but like very famous. People know him.
Is he Instagram famous?
He's Vine famous.
Ooh.
And he has 3 million followers on Vine.
How?
I asked him on the show. You'll have to go back and listen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did that show without me. It was way past my bedtime.
It was really late. And it was at the club. So we were on location.
Okay.
But yeah, it was fun. And told some stories. Talked about comedy and then just shared some stories, pretty funny stories that were told. So... I hope you enjoy that. We have a really good episode coming today. This week we have Justin Tietjen and Cole Schlesinger, a couple comics from Phoenix. We're going to just hang out. We talk about regular stuff, and then we break down one of their bits, and we have a good time with it. Let's see. I haven't promoted any shows in a while, Nance.
Okay, you've been putting stuff on Periscope, and I tried to look at something you put on today. And I logged in, and can you still look at something if it's old, or do you have to look at it while it's happening?
You can. I think it only stays up for like a day.
And then it still shows that you posted it, but you can't watch it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, sometimes I do something live or whatever, and then you can decide that you don't want people to watch it at all after that.
Oh,
so I've been doing that, too, because some of them come out terrible.
It's like the new undo button
yeah.
that Google made. Is
like, we're having a good time. I'm like, cool,
Email?
dude, let me have some people see this. We're having an awesome time. And the second I hit play, everybody just dies down and doesn't want to do anything, which is weird because you get comics in front of any camera, and it's like,
undo.
I got to show off.
Yeah.
But yeah, that hasn't happened lately. But, so I haven't promoted any shows that I've been doing. No real reason, just haven't. But one coming up, it's in a month and a half, everybody, so plan ahead. Friday, August 7th at 8 p.m., Scottsdale, Arizona. If you guys are in Scottsdale, in the Taffy Room at Stand Up Scottsdale, me and Rob Maybe, we have birthdays that are very close to each other around that date. So him and I are co-headlining a show. We're pretty excited about it, man. We'll both be doing like 30 minutes each. And Joe Gangemi is going to host it. Tietjen, who's here, is going to be on it. And then Clayton Perkins. And then me and Rob.
So this is your birthday
Tietjen's
party.
calling right now.
Kevin's having a birthday party. Everyone has to go. Kevin hates his birthday.
I hate my birthday.
Give him a big hug when you see him. He loves that. That's the only reason I'm going, just because it's your birthday party.
But it will be a good time, man. We're excited to get it. And we worked this out. It is absolutely free of charge.
How'd you do that?
I'm just
no drink maximum.
really good. No drink minimum and no drink maximum
I only
either.
care if there's a drink maximum.
Yeah. No, there's neither.
great.
You don't
I love
have to. You can literally show up and not pay a penny. Or you can show up and pay a lot of pennies. It's up to you. But we're just looking to have a good time, tell some funny jokes and stories, and laugh it up with everybody. So I'll keep reminding everybody about it. I'm sure I get annoying about that stuff, but whatever. Enough about me. Nance, anything to promote?
I have nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well then, guys, we hope you enjoy this episode. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Last night I let the party get the best of me. Waking up in the morning, 2 hoes laying next to me. Plus I heard an officer arresting me. Good weed and cold.
Fuck. God. Oh, season pass to Sunsplash? Sunsplash is I haven't been to Wet and Wild out here. You guys been to that?
Yeah.
Is it better?
My friend actually burnt his foot at Wet and Wild.
Like on the ground?
Yeah, they have AfroTurf.
Yeah.
AfroTurf?
He was so white, he couldn't walk on it.
And so it got so hot.
I'm sorry, this is a 1970s disco with AfroTurf.
Whatever.
It feels like a Brillo pad on your toes.
Starting this off strong, Justin.
Wait, so let's catch up. I was given 2 passes to Big Surf by my parents for my kids, which means now I have to go to Big Surf and burn my feet on Afro.
Big Surf or Sunsplash? There's a big difference.
Big Surf. And I haven't been since I was a kid.
Me.
And we didn't burn our feet because we used to wear those aqua socks. Remember those fancy water
Yeah.
shoes? Those were so cool.
Fancy.
Yeah.
And TJ, it's AstroTurf.
Whatever the fuck.
If you're going to say it, dude, I mean, you're
think
offending
it's
a
just
lot of people.
Cement. Well, I haven't been there in a long time.
Sunsplash was dope, though, when I was a kid. I remember that. I didn't like Big Surf.
No, but they have that cool wave pool. With
Is it that cool?
They had
I'm about to find out.
They had Justin's Water World in Tucson.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had my own park.
Was that just like in your backyard and someone in an inner tube would splash the water?
Slip and slide.
And then I think someone flew off the slide, and so they shut it down.
Oh,
Yeah.
sad.
I did I'm a pussy when it comes to pretty much everything.
Yep. I know that.
So like I'm scared of heights. I'm claustrophobic, so like the tube slides I don't really like all that
You're
much.
scared of hugs.
I just don't like being touched by strangers
We just talked about
and most
that. Where
people,
you got
but
I'm awkward with hugs.
yeah,
I'm just
Like
it's
awkward?
weird.
I'm awkward
Awkward.
with some people, and other people I'm like, it's natural, and it happens.
If someone initiates it, like I'll know what to do, but like I never initiate it.
You're not a hugger. I'm not either.
I'm not a hugger.
And sometimes I just like when some people just are. I'm like, oh, okay, you're a hugger. I
Yeah.
get that. Like that's
I'll
okay.
do this.
Sometimes.
I accept this. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you hug a girl, arms go low,
No,
Is that
for
true?
some reason,
Right?
I always have to
and
go
guy
over
arms
it.
are like kind of crossed
Yeah,
up
okay.
high.
Hold on. Let's pause and all give each other a hug.
No, I got the
That's
I can't
Kevin's
do it.
worst nightmare.
No, so look, I'm scared of the tube slides, about getting stuck.
Yeah.
Because what if you do? There's no getting out.
I can't
There's
go all,
no getting out.
Sometimes I can't go all the way down because I'm so light.
You got to push yourself down.
I've never really been on one because I'm afraid that's gonna happen. I'm gonna have to push
All right. So
myself
you
down.
two need to go tandem.
Well,
If
no,
Justin
because
a hug,
but that's what happened to
your
me.
weight will take Justin
look,
down.
I haven't been in a long time, so I was as thin as you, and I would get stuck, and I'd have to push myself down. Like if there was ever a dip where it went back up a little bit, you know what I mean?
fucked.
Because you're just fucking stuck in there.
You guys need to go
Forever.
tandem. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Do you remember the rumor that people would put razor blades on those slides?
No.
Oh, I remember that was a rumor.
No, I remember the rumor how they put razor blades in apples,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like for Halloween.
Yeah.
No one
And your parents.
eats
Yeah, candy
apples,
and all
so
that.
you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never ate fruit. Thanks. Where's the Snickers bar?
Yeah.
Have you ever gone down the slide, like the white one that's just like straight down?
I can't-
I did
can't
that
do that.
once. And my body came off the slide a little bit, and I was like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm never doing this again. I got lucky this time.
I did Magic Mountain. That's a close
Like the
second
log?
to that.
I mean, TJ, you're just a natural daredevil.
Yeah.
I think if comedy doesn't work out for you, and trust me, it won't, I think stunt devil.
Go fuck yourself.
Skydiving.
I went parasailing,
That's really dangerous.
but
What's the parasailing
you have
one?
to be
With
at
a
least
surfboard and a
130
Yeah, I think
pounds
Behind a boat.
to go by yourself.
Is that where you lift off?
Yeah.
And
That's
hang
not
by
true
rope?
because
No,
I've
it
done
is,
it
it is.
before I was
I just
130 pounds.
I just went in Hawaii, so I went with my parents
That's right.
because I'm not 130 pounds.
So, like, did your dad stand on one end, your mom stood on the other, and you were in the
Exactly. So I
middle?
was playing footsie with my parents. It was awkward as shit.
I did it when I was
hated
less
it.
than 130 pounds, but I was in Mexico, so they probably don't care.
Yeah,
No regulation.
They're a little lenient on the weight limit for anything if you have money.
Yeah.
What is that, a baby? Fuck it, let's go. We'll give him a shot.
do this.
We'll strap him in. He's okay.
Give a shot of tequila. He'll be okay.
No child left behind.
Yeah.
Dudes, first of all, before we get into like anything really, shout out all social media dates you got coming up for shows, the whole nine. Introduce yourself. Be a fucking ham.
Okay, my name's Justin Tietjen.
Jesus Christ, it's like he's never been here before.
It's not a
Let's
question.
see. I'm on Monkey Pants like July 8th. Then I'm at the Tempe Improv July 9th. And then I think July, if I advance, oh wait, no, I'm at House of Comedy, the contest, funniest comedian with a day job on Tuesday. And if I advance, I think I'm on the Tuesday, July, like 7th.
Okay.
But I'm not. But that's
Well,
if
that'll
I
be good
advance.
for you, dude, if you advance 7th, 8th, and 9th with shows.
Dude, I'm up against fucking.
I know your confidence is very low. We'll get into that.
But I'm going up against Anwar, and he opened up for Hannibal.
Okay?
Okay. Well,
You got this.
There's just, people that I admire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, never mind.
Cole, go ahead, because I want to.
You didn't
God,
know this was your
I don't like the
intervention, did
teachings
you?
like this.
Well, no, I want to get something off my chest. That taking a shit is a legitimate reason to being late. I hate that. Like, it can be a legitimate reason for being late to somewhere.
You could understand that.
Yeah, but this is a weird turn from shouting off your dates and then you're just giving excuses for being
Okay.
late when you
That's
were
it. I
on
just
time.
wanted to say that.
You were early for the show, so
Yeah,
this
I
wasn't the
was.
case. But I agree 100%, dude. I'm shitting all the time, and I'm actually, that's why I leave real early. But no.
All right.
All right. My name's Cole Schlesinger. Dates, July 11th, Tosos, right off the 17 in Union Hills. And that's really my only date.
That's cool, man.
And I run a show at Grand Avenue Pizza, a weekly show.
Oh, you run that show?
Yeah, with Capona Row.
Cool.
And so come out to that.
Awesome, man. Cool. I mean,
Killed it.
Wait, what about your social media?
Yeah, where can people follow you?
Social
Shit,
media.
yeah, that's right.
I was worried about this. I don't really have social media.
That's cool.
I'm on Twitter. If you like to follow a Twitter that has like a span of 1 to 2 months between posts, then you're gonna love my Twitter.
What are you on there? What's your handle?
I want to say it's.
He doesn't even know.
I don't even know the
Just give us your phone number. We'll text you. That's it.
Yeah, just shoot
does
that out
text.
there.
That would be the best, dude.
I'll
What's
send
your
you the
social
best
media?
You can text me.
Verizon. Phone number is
Yeah, no social media. I'll say no social media.
All right.
cool, man.
I
Yeah.
respect that.
Teaching.
Justin Tietjen on Facebook. I got a Twitter. I'm at Captain_Pound.
Why is that?
Because I had brunch with Mike Moses Kennedy, and he was just like, I'm gonna call you Captain Pound from now on. And so now everyone calls me Captain Pound. He bring me up as Captain Pound, like 2 weeks ago at the open mic. I was seeing Nick Paul. What's up, Captain Pound? Like, I have, yeah.
But why do
Wasn't
people
taken.
really call it? I mean, where does it stem from?
Mike just started calling me it. Because I fist pound, I don't really know the reason.
BDT, dude.
Oh, yeah, and BDT is another nickname I have. Big Dick Tietjen. So,
Oh God.
and then Instagram, Justin Tietjen.
Cool. Okay, so TJ entered this contest, and Cole, I want you to comment on this too. Did you enter it?
The day job?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Me either, because the stupid contests are stupid. but Tietjen did, and I went to support Justin when he went in the first round, and as comics were coming, he was like, "Shit, I knew this person was on it, but I know I got to go up against this person,
Who
whatever."
did I say that with?
Hold on. It doesn't matter who, all right? Just fucking doesn't matter, Justin. Who was it? Michael Turner, and then, Rob got added to the show, and then
There's
Aaron
Lori
was on.
Johnson.
Yeah.
There's Mary,
I don't know who that was.
some name. There is Breed Lover, whatever, Roger.
I don't know. But, all right. But you were saying, like, shit, now you gotta go up against this person. And I said, why did you enter to begin with then?
Stage?
No, you can't say it, because I don't agree with that. I did it for stage time. You can get a stage any night of the week. You entered, I think the only way you enter a contest is if you know you can win. You don't just do it to be a part of it, right?
I get, yeah.
What do you think, Cole?
I entered that stand-up Scottsdale competition. They do monthly.
The showcase?
The showcase. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's really a competition. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I didn't go in thinking I could win, and I didn't, so I was right.
Well, experience, because I'm always nervous. I did the Arizona's Funniest. I've done some competitions at Stand Up Scottsdale, and I've always been nervous, and you could tell. So, like, this is experience for me not to be nervous.
Not to be nervous in a competition?
Yeah.
Because that is, I think when you're doing that, that's your own personal battle. Because when you go up on stage on just a show, you're not nervous.
Exactly, because there's no pressure of winning anything.
But there is.
What?
There's pressure of winning the crowd, of crushing your set. There's pressure every time you get on stage.
Not every time, though.
Yeah, every time.
Well, sometimes you're just working on stuff.
Right, there's pressure on that. There's to continue to work. When you're on stage, you work. You try to impress people. You never know who's in there watching. You don't just go up with bullshit and fuck around and say, oh, that's just one that's in the tank, whatever.
No, you just go, I have an idea, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
You don't expect it. Sometimes you don't expect it to do well, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess, yeah. You go up with an idea and you're working on it. You're right. There's also different pressures. I'm not saying it's the same pressure as if you're in the finals of a competition to when you're at an open mic just running material. But I think there is always pressure. But I think the pressure you put yourself on in competitions is just based on you. You shouldn't have it because you are a funny comic. You're good enough to be there.
I don't know. I do it without even noticing. Somehow I get nervous and it just happens. And I start stuttering or... I don't know, you could just tell.
All right. Whatever, man. Anyways, you can go. I guess we're done with teaching. So
are you saying you don't have any pressure at an open mic at all?
Well, I mean, I do sometimes. Other times, I'm like, all right, I've been here 1,000 times. So I don't know, I can just take my time. I'm comfortable there. When I do a competition... At most places, it's my first time there. And so, like at Monkey Pants, I thought I was a little nervous at Monkey Pants. Last night was the first night doing it before I chopped.
How'd it go?
It went well.
What material did you do?
I did a joke about how I raised my confidence really high, and then I convinced myself that I'm dog shit. And just kill my confidence.
That's exactly what we're talking about. I love it, dude. It's
well,
truth on stage.
When you see a girl and you're like, dude, I'm going to go ask her out. And you put a scenario in your head like, this is how the conversation's going to go down. And you do the best possible scenario. And then you go, what about if she does this? What about if I do this? And you start questioning yourself. And then you're like, I don't want I don't want to go through that. So I'm just going to walk away. And that's happened to me multiple times. Not even with girls, just people in my past. And I'm like, dude, do you remember that guy? And then I'll be like, dude, that guy hasn't seen you in years. He's probably not going to remember you. He's probably going to think you're a fucking weirdo, actually. Or something. And then I'll talk myself out of saying hi. Am I the only one?
No, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
You're looking at me like I'm fucking crazy.
No, you're not crazy because I get the. But I do. Do you do the same scenarios, Cole? When anything, you see somebody that you know you're gonna have to meet in a minute or whatever, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna say this, and it'll probably go like this.
I'd say that happens. I mean, it just depends on the person. Sometimes I'll see someone like that conversation's just going to go bad, or I just don't want to talk to that person.
I do that all the time. I see people I know, and I pretend like I don't see them. I did it today at the grocery store. I saw someone I knew. I was like,
I do it with Kevin
I don't feel like talking to her, so I just looked away.
Dude, I won't go to, what's the place, Sprouts?
Yeah.
but wherever I'm pointing, it's right up the street from here. But yeah, Sprouts, I won't go there because a person that works in the
I
deli,
know exactly
we
what you're
know
talking about.
from high school.
I've said hello to him twice.
Dude, I can't.
But I didn't know it was him at first, and he calls out my name, and I look, and I was like, oh, yeah. And he was nice.
Yeah, no, he was always nice. The problem is I was friends with him, and I was friends with another guy who then they both fought.
Oh.
And Sprouts guy got his ass kicked. So then I was like, I'm going to be better friends with the guy that won the fight.
Right.
And we didn't talk really again. So I can't be like, hey, dude, been a while. I know it's been like 18 years
Yeah,
since then.
I think you're good.
But-
I haven't seen him. It's been months
fight?
since I've seen him.
Nah, probably at least.
I don't know if he works there still. It's been
Really?
a long time.
Let me know. They make good sandwiches.
I know. I go there all the time, and I look for him now because he says hi to me every time. I don't know what to talk to him about, but
I saw him. I literally went to get a sandwich, and I saw him, and I was like, and I'm going to Chipotle in the
yeah.
same parking lot.
Did he see you?
I hope not. No. He wouldn't recognize me.
No?
No. I'm 2 sizes bigger.
He looks exactly the same.
I know.
How do you know? Because you saw him. He looks exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one thing, the good thing about gaining all this weight since then, nobody recognized me, so I don't have to have the
Fresh
weird
start.
conversation.
Fresh start.
It's kind of like
what I'm gonna do.
that and me and the beard.
Hide
Because
behind
most
your fur.
people remember me as like an innocent-looking kid. Like, oh, he's old, but he looks younger. And now I look kind of my age, and they're like, oh, it's just another fucking regular dude.
Okay. Cole, we don't know each other. You and I have never talked before.
No.
Typically, when I come in, Cole leaves.
I don't blame him.
So I just never, I never get a chance.
He wants to avoid meeting you and then avoiding you. He doesn't want to avoid it all. Smart move, Cole.
But you haven't been on the show before. Tietjen has, so we've interviewed him, and it was real boring, and it wasn't.
He's been
Nobody
on the
really
show
listened.
more than anybody. So,
Have I?
Yeah. He did our
I know
live show.
Rob's been on.
He's done this office
Oh, yeah, that's
play,
right. I totally forgot about the
Live show.
live show.
I don't need that. I'm good. Thanks, though. So, Cole, tell us about you, the person, the comedy, everything.
I've been doing it. I started in November, so I want to say that's 7 months.
You're that new?
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, you're good, man.
Yeah.
Him and Gangemi, it's like the same time, and the both of you are real good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Who?
I know.
Yeah.
Joe Gangemi, yeah, you might not know him either.
Okay. Yeah. I know.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I started 8 months ago. What else?
Okay, let's see. Where are you from?
Facebook.
Oh, actually, I am on Facebook. I realized that I just assumed everyone knew that I was on. I'm on Facebook. You can find me at Cole Schlesinger. Good luck spelling that.
Is it Schlesinger?
It is.
I knew it, dude.
Killed it.
I know, right?
You researched him before he came on, huh?
I mean, I know who he is, but that's the same way Eliza spells her last name.
Yeah.
So-
It's funny. The first time I ever went up, I was at the turf, and someone came up to me and was like, Cole Schlesinger, are you related to Eliza? And I was like, no. And they were like, oh, okay. And then walked away immediately.
Dude, because Eliza's one of the hottest girls in the world, and she happens to be really funny. So anybody in comedy is like, dude, are you related? Is there any way you can get me to meet her? Is there any possible way?
Make
Should've
me
just
famous.
Been like, yeah, dude, we're married. You did.
Yeah. Missed opportunity.
I know.
Oh, is she the blonde girl? Oh, she's so funny.
She's really good. Yeah.
So where are you from?
Phoenix.
God, all these people, man. Because Phoenix is supposed to be a transplant city, but everyone
Yeah.
we meet is from here.
Because all the people who transplanted here are old now and had kids. And these are the kids.
These.
I guess that makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Where are you
so
from?
smart. California.
Okay.
And then Nancy's from
here.
Okay.
So, where'd you go to school?
High school, I went to Sunny Slope High School,
Where's that?
Northern and Central.
Oh, the streets?
Yeah.
I'm like, I just wait, North Central of Arizona? Okay,
Like
yeah.
like Phoenix, I guess.
All
Central
right,
Phoenix.
all right. We're just trying to get to know you a little bit.
Yeah.
Married, kids? I don't know. How old are you?
I'm 26.
All right, so no marriage, no kids
kids.
yet.
Then he knows
I
that.
was married at 26. Nancy had kids by the time she was 26.
I'd won.
Justin just turned 26. How old are you, Tietjen? 27?
27.
All right. So young. You guys are
I
so
could
young.
have kids. I don't know.
You might
I mean,
have
I'm
kids.
physically able to. Actually, I haven't gotten tested. Maybe I'm not
both
physically able to.
Dude, that was like one of my biggest fears in life growing up because I always wanted to have kids, like my own kids. And there's no problem with adoption or anything, but it was a thing that I always wanted to have my own.
Yeah.
And my whole life, I was like, fuck, man, I don't know. You just don't know if you're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
And then the very first time out of the gates when I was married, first try, boom, pregnant. I was like, my shit is awesome.
Super sperm.
I can't wait to have more of these fucking things. No, I haven't since then. I'm just saying. It's so you got to be careful. My neighbors don't go anywhere near my house because I don't want to get pregnant.
But
All
yeah,
right.
no kids.
So why? What got you into comedy?
So the first time I ever went up was in Osaka, Japan, actually, because I was
Hold
living there.
on, back up. Why are you in Japan?
I was teaching English for 2 years.
What? In
Yeah.
Japan?
Yeah.
Dude, I took Japanese in high school.
Ah.
Yeah, Ohio gozaimasu, dude.
Genki
Stop,
desu
just
ka?
stop, dude. I don't
Okay,
know,
okay,
I don't.
yeah. Good, my Japanese sucks.
The deska, though, that's a question when it ends that way, right?
Yes, it means, are you happy?
Fuck yeah.
Good.
Whatever, that's the extent that I got.
That's a hard language
We had
to
the
learn.
worst teachers, dude. So I took it freshman and sophomore year of high school. Stupid me. I was like, a couple of my friends and I were like, dude, how good would it look on our college applications that we took Japanese in high school? We didn't take the easy route with Spanish or
Yeah.
French. Japanese. I was like, I'm going to do that.
Was it a hard class?
Fuck yeah, it was. Now, the first year it wasn't because our teacher was a moron. She was Japanese. She could barely speak English. And every day our grade was based on a test, like a short 5-question test, but we had it every class. But then we'd take the test, and then she would say, all right, pass the paper to your neighbor and we'll grade it. And nobody passed the papers. Or if they did, they just wrote the answers in. We all left the paper blank. And then when she would read the answers, we put it down. Boom, everybody got 100%. She got fired after the year. Okay? Because they're like Japanese, and everyone got 100% in the class.
Yeah.
So then the second year was horrifying, dude. She was Japanese too, but she was very Americanized. She hated me with a fucking passion. If my parents were here right now, they would say the same thing. That was the worst decision ever. It gave them more fits than anything in their life, me more fits, dude. It was awful. I had to stay after class. Yeah. I had to stay after class 53 days in a row because I kept talking in class and making jokes. I broke a school record.
Nice.
Yeah, and then she went and told the basketball coach that I threw the desk at her or something. I'm like, I sat down on the desk while you were telling me something. She made up this huge lie. The coach got pissed at me. But yeah, and I passed barely, and because I had that tutor. It was so hard.
Yeah, it's
Especially when you didn't learn anything the first year, and she's like, oh, you already know all this stuff.
Yeah.
Did anybody else fall asleep in the middle of that story?
No, the whole
Okay.
time, all I could think about is why didn't you take
blacked out.
Spanish?
I found out I could sleep with my eyes open.
Now you know.
So that's
Why
So
were you in
anyways, Japan, huh?
So Japan,
How do we bring this back to Kevin?
Don't worry, I'll figure out a way.
Japan teaching English.
How do you get that gig?
I know that I could do that. I know English.
Yeah, I should not have been hired for that job. I'm bad at English, so I don't know why I would teach
They didn't
it.
know though.
They
'cause
didn't
They just
know.
know Japan.
For real though, what
Japanese.
happened? So take us through. I'm really interested from the beginning until you get there. How does all of that even happen?
Well, so in high school, I did a foreign exchange program with Phoenix Sister Cities, and then that program.
So you had to go to Mesa.
Yeah,
Man, that must
to be
have
an
been rough.
ambassador to
Foreign
Mesa,
exchange
it was-
student.
It was rough,
I
yeah.
want to do that with my kids, but I
Kids
don't
from
want
North
a
Phoenix.
different kid. I just want to send them
and then
without
not
getting
coming
another
back.
kid to exchange.
Yeah. I went. So I went through that program, and then through that same Phoenix Sister Cities. After I graduated college, they hired me to go teach English in Himeji, Japan.
Wow.
Yeah.
The whole time were you like, do you guys know who you hired?
Yeah, I was like, you guys screwed up really bad.
Yeah.
I've
Well,
had
so
those
we-
jokes. Or not jokes, those jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck
exactly.
you hired me?
Why me?
Yeah.
I just lie really well in interviews.
You did
That's
a
all. This is actually, I didn't actually go to Japan. This is me lying. That's how good I am.
Awesome.
No, but so I forgot what the question was.
You were doing comedy in Japan.
Okay, yeah. So 2 years. I'm there for a year and 7 months.
By yourself?
No, I went with my girlfriend, actually. We
Oh,
got
wow.
hired by the same
Cool.
company. And
That's awesome.
Become as a pair.
Become a very young. I was like,
Be hot.
both.
That's
It's a
why they took
package
you.
gig.
She is hot. Yeah.
That's why you got the job.
You're like,
She
we
speak
don't want
English?
him.
You know.
We want her, and he comes with whatever.
Yeah,
Take him.
we'll do it. So yeah, I don't know what it was. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe kind of like the humor there. It's not like American humor at all. So sarcasm does
Out the
not come
window.
across. Yeah, and so maybe
Math jokes, big hit.
that big hit, very good, very big hit. Yeah.
Violin joke. Lots of musicians.
Yeah. I did a lot of stand-up playing the piano. They loved
Just
it.
laughed and
Just
laughed.
loved it. Oh.
I had one joke. One joke and played piano the rest of the time.
They
Killed
ate it up.
Not happy with you right now.
Like, you need to work this shit out. Do I need to hit pause when you two work it out?
I'm just
I feel
fucking
like
with you.
I walked into you two's ambush.
I feel bad because I know when I listen to playback, I'm like, man, I was a dick. But I'm not. This is just how Tietjen and I talk to each other.
Kevin, be nice to Justin. I
Fucking
haven't seen
asshole
him in
all the
like a year.
Yeah, a lot of
down,
tension
you can
between
punch
you two.
him.
Ever since I walked in the
I'm a
door.
terrible friend. Like, I get that.
No,
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is.
fucking piece of shit.
I'm kind of mad at him too right now, actually. Actually, I am kind of mad at you right now. This poor Cole is trying to tell us his story, and all we do is
Yeah, I
make
feel
this
like
about
I'm just-
ourselves.
I feel like we're just talking over you guys. And you guys are
I'm
just
going to give him
sitting here
the
and
captain chair, the pound chair.
Okay.
Okay.
What's yours?
So there's an open mic, ROR comedy, which stands for Laugh Out Loud.
Interesting. Interesting.
Japanese.
Yeah.
So I thought Chinese people ate dogs.
No, because
God.
Japanese?
the big movement on Facebook, they're not supposed to.
Whatever.
I feel like
My mom does that all the time. Row. I fucking hate that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, so much.
you would hate this open
Does
mic.
she
hate
just
it.
maybe she just has a speech impediment. I don't.
Yeah,
Don't be a dick,
Justin.
man.
No,
That's
she
your mom.
doesn't. Maybe that's where I got it.
All right. So there's this thing show.
Yeah, and I just decided to go up, and this was June of last year. So I did it once before I actually started doing it regularly. So I did it and felt good about the way my set went. And then just like after that, I was like, I knew I was moving back to America. And I was like, I want to try it when I get back. And
Because nobody understood a word you said. Like, that went well. I'm going to do that every night.
they were just laughing at me.
That is good stage time.
When you're teaching them English, are you yelling like we do to foreigners?
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
like-
fall in their face.
I can't use chopsticks. I need fork.
Did you
The
bring-
louder you say it, I still don't know what you're saying.
I would do my
to
very
them.
first
Shut
day of
up.
class, I would hand everyone a fork with a bowl of rice and say, "How nice is this?"
It's a nice American invention.
But did you do stand up in English or in
Yeah.
Japanese? Yeah.
English. It was an expat show. So one, I think, Japanese comedian, and the rest were foreigners.
Okay. Cool, man. And fuck, what did you talk about?
Silverware,
Silverware.
Did you? From
I just talked about
shoes that fit.
shoes that fit. Oh, God, couldn't find those.
There.
I'm a US 11, it's a Japanese 75. So
Yeah.
whatever you guys got, ladies.
No, I don't even remember what I talked about. I have
No?
one joke from there that I still use today
What-
every once in a while.
You don't have to tell it.
Yeah, I won't.
I don't know if I can do that. What teaching you gonna say
I was
something?
gonna say, do you remember the first joke you did? Or
The very first
Yeah,
joke
the
I
very
ever did, yeah.
Or a joke in your set? Or do you remember your whole set?
From the
time?
very first time I ever did stand up, yes.
Yeah.
Do I?
I
Is it your school
remember.
picture joke?
Yeah, that was it. Well, yeah, I did a whole bit on yearbooks.
I remember one that I did, and it was terrible.
What was
Well, yeah, what was it?
Oh, I said, who knows who Squidward is from SpongeBob SquarePants? And then I would say, ladies, do you think of him every time your man drops his pants?
You're
know,
so sexual.
And yeah, and then when see, people gave me the look you're giving me right now.
I'm waiting for the rest of it.
That was it.
I'm like, yeah,
That was it.
I do know that feeling. What now? What? Like, I'm waiting for that.
And then I forget It's terrible.
You've come a long way.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
How long have you been doing it?
2 years in like July.
Okay.
Yeah, July, because my relatives, they came down from Washington or Virginia, and my cousin was like, hey, I want to see you do stand-up. So I know it was in July. I think it was like July 5th or something. And they're just about to come back. And so I know, like, that's when I know they...
Are you going to perform? Have they seen you since then?
Yeah, they saw me last year.
And now, so they come back every year to check out
Well,
if
my
you've gotten any
grandpa's...
better?
For 4th of July, they come back. And my grandpa's birthday is July 6th.
Oh, shit. He's got a birthday coming up,
It's going
dude?
to be 87.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are you guys going to do? I mean, you got to throw a big one.
No, his big one was 85th.
Whatever, dude.
85. And, like, he turned his garage into, like, a man cave. It's
He
carpet.
did?
You...
Well, I'm being dead serious. That's awesome.
Yeah. There's carpet.
You've been so mean to him that he can't take your sincerity.
He put carpet in there. There's a fridge in there. He has posters everywhere of like I don't know, just like Coors Light advertisement and
What?
country people. He has a bar in there. He wants to put that in there. He has like cable ports or whatever, and he wants to insulate it and put AC in there.
He has to.
And yeah, so but it costs a lot to like insulate that place.
For sure.
Yeah.
But you can't hang out there if there's no AC.
Yeah,
You just got to wait, I guess, till nice nights or something.
yeah, because it's fucking hot as shit in July.
Yeah.
So
Dude, my power went out the other night.
Oh, why?
A couple weeks ago. I don't know, only 4 houses in all of our whole neighborhood.
How long was it out?
Like the whole community. Like 4 hours. But I got home, and it was my house and the 3 next to me. Then every other house had their lights on the whole 9. And I was like, I mean, fuck, it's late. I'll just go to bed. But I laid in bed. I'm like, no, there's no way, dude. It's so hot.
Oh my god, it's so
And then
hot
they
right
showed
now.
up a couple hours later and fixed it. God, man. 4 houses in the whole goddamn community. And I was
Yours.
how do you really?
not bragging. Just saying, you know.
Special. Extra special.
All right, guys. What we do on the show is we make you guys tell a
We're
bit
just starting now?
loosely. I mean, we were both,
Don't
but
worry.
but this is the meat and potatoes. You loosely tell us a bit in your act that's like polished bit that you're kind of done working on. What,
Okay.
Justin?
You seem very. I was just wondering. I thought maybe you guys were gonna pick it because if you're gonna have me pick a bit.
I don't know Cole's set, so I can't pick his.
Well, all right.
But I can pick all of yours.
Okay.
Do you want? All right. I'll
Yeah, I
pick
want
one.
you to pick one. I don't want to choose one.
Okay. Do you know which one I'm going to pick?
Probably. Yeah.
What?
The vagina bit.
There you go, dude. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just kind of loosely tell it, and then we dissect it, man. Everything about it. Where did it come from? The whole 9. How'd you get from point A to point Z? That now it's in your act and it's working.
All right. So it's what I do is I talk about how people can't read my, like they ask me questions about before reading my body. Like, hey, can you help me with this? Me? Like, look, I don't have any muscles. Why would you choose me? Stuff like that. And then I go into when guys describe themselves in bed with a girl, they always act like they're Barry Bonds. Like, they're going to crush it. Just like, beat the shit out of that pussy or whatever, right? And then I say my friends told me that, hey, dude, did you murder her vagina? And I go into, the big punchline is, I wouldn't murder your vagina. I might be convicted of attempted murder, but I wouldn't murder your vagina. And that's the big punchline. And to be honest, I wrote that punchline. That was the first thing I wrote.
So you did it backwards.
Yeah.
You had the punchline, then you had to generate the story and stuff behind it.
That was the first bit I generated on stage. I wrote down, I might not murder your vagina. I may get attempted murder. Whatever.
It's good that you don't even know the punchline now.
Yeah. And then I was at...
I'm such a dick on this episode. I feel terrible. I feel really bad. I feel bad just for the listeners, because Tietjen can take it.
Well, you guys are
I give them
obviously
this shit all the
friends,
time.
but I hope everybody knows.
I just feel like it's far away, right?
Take the mic out.
Yeah, you can take the mic
I don't
out.
want to hold it out.
Okay, I don't know.
Hold that 20-pound stand in your lap and
Sorry, Miss High Maintenance of the Year.
All right. So, yeah, I wrote down the punchline. And then when I first did it, I did that chop and walk. I don't know if you remember this. And I did it on Christy, Josh's cousin. And it just came out on stage. I didn't write down anything. I just wrote down the punchline.
Interesting, man. So you knew you knew where it had to go, but you had nothing in your head of where to start it, and now you get there.
Yeah, I kind of had an idea of like, okay, I hate when guys say this. They act like this. They act like, yeah, dude, I'm the shit. I'm totally gonna fucking rock your world, you know. And so
because this is a 1980s film that you live in.
Whatever.
Whatever, that murdering vagina saying, that's fairly new.
That is
fairly
new.
Well,
That
yeah,
is
That's
new.
very overly confident.
The thing,
to say that.
the thing is,
I've been hearing that lately with the kids.
I chose the word vagina because everybody says pussy.
Right.
That word is overused, I think.
Yeah.
And so vagina is there's something with the "na" that catches your attention.
There's something only Justin can do. You
Yes.
tell gross jokes, and somehow you come out clean out of it. It's the weirdest thing.
We say
Only
that
you can
all
do
the
it.
time.
You
And
can say the grossest things.
And he
Anyone
does.
else, I'd be like, ew.
You really, and you
gross.
do. That's the weirdest thing.
Only you can do
Yeah,
it.
that's why. Because my mom, she's
See, here we go. Right out of the gate. Me and my mom. See how he turns this around.
my mom at her work, someone like said a joke, was saying a joke, and used a lot of cuss words, and my mom didn't like it, and I was like, that's the thing. I describe something dirty without using cuss words,
Yeah.
right? So I think if you use cuss words, the joke is way dirtier than if you don't.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
yeah, I just described something dirty without using a lot of disgusting cussing lingo or language, whatever.
Well, my mom would like that too, Justin.
But you're 100% right, Nance, and a couple of us tell Tietjen that all the time, where you talk about the nastiest shit on earth.
Yeah.
But it comes off super clean, and it's not offensive to anybody. It's hilarious.
At first, it's like, oh, God, where's he going with this? And once you finish, it's great.
There's one of the. I told her last time on the podcast that was the greatest compliments I've ever gotten was you didn't. When I started, you thought it was too nasty or something, and then after the end, you're like, dude, keep going.
Yeah.
I want to know where you're going.
Only you
But-
can do it.
I think also your presence on stage has something to do with that because you're not like we were talking about confidence earlier. You're not like a cocky guy who's like talking about like railing all the time.
Yeah.
And like
I think he's kind of cocky.
one of your bits about asking a girl when she got her first period.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, like most 99% of comedians cannot do that and still have the crowd on
their
side.
side.
Yeah, and answer them. Like I'm
Yeah, that's the craziest
Yeah.
thing. Is a lot of the time they answer.
I come up with higher energy, and if I go up there and tell I've told one of your jokes that I thought was good. Remember that? You kept doing a bit
What
and it
joke?
wouldn't work.
What bit was it?
I don't remember. I honestly don't.
what?
And I was like, "Fuck that! It's such an easy joke, dude. You're just missing it somewhere." So like, I'll tell it tonight. And I went up and it got a flat 0. I mean, it did worse than anything Justin ever told it. And because I can't tell you, that's when I was like, I can't tell your jokes, dude. I'm too high energy to where if I'm like, when did you get your first period? The girls will be like, what the fuck, dude? You're an asshole. But the way you do it, it's like
he's genuinely curious.
Yes,
I
yes.
am.
It totally is.
That's
They
what
look at
it
me like,
That-
he doesn't know. This is so okay. Let me inform you.
That's the thing. I
was
don't
13.
know.
Childlike curiosity.
I remember some chick was like, "Yeah, dude, it hurts."
Yes.
And I was like, "What?
Yes.
Are
The
you
other
kidding
night,
me?"
you said it, and 2 girls yelled out the answer.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when, and then some chick, when I say, "Did your mom tell you what was gonna happen?" And she was like, "No, I Googled it." Are you what? I went upset. I would have been like, "Hey, let's let's Google what happens when you jack off. I watch porn, so that's how I figured out what was going to happen.
Yeah, there's usually not a porno about a girl in her first period.
Yeah, well, that's...
There is now.
Yeah, there's like a virgin section. And
Stop with your head. Just roll with the bit. Let's not go there.
But going back to...
Don't know too much.
Going back to you saying I can say a lot of stuff and it comes off in a genuine way. That was one of the things that got me into comedy was my friends were like, you insult me, but it cheers me up.
It's true.
So I was like...
Do you feel that way right now in this podcast with me to you?
I don't think you're
Absolutely.
I knew it. I gave him Justin teaching sincerity.
And so I was like, I could turn something negative and say it in a positive way and make people laugh. So that's kind of one of the things that got me into comedy.
JT.
That I-
Did I call you JT? No.
No, not really.
No, by now.
Just
If they say-
Justin Timberlake. He's the only one that calls you that.
Some people have called me that. I forget who.
It's okay. We're not asking for roll call.
A lot of people call me Jay. My at my old gym, the trainers there used to call me J-Bone. And then
That makes sense. You're all bones.
Yeah, one used to call me Juggernaut.
What do you call
Or
it?
he would call me Jugger, short for Juggernaut. You know, X-Men.
I don't.
He's a really big, powerful dude. He likes to bust through walls and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then J-Town, J-Money. I didn't like that one.
But you were a big fan of J-Town?
It was all right.
I like J Money. I think that's my favorite one, actually.
Cool, man. And so I find it fascinating that, I've heard of people writing down the punchline, which happens, a lot, actually. That's when you're like, oh, shit, that's too funny not to tell. Now I got to create the rest of it. But I think when that happens, a lot of people write it all. They don't just go up on stage and figure the front part out to get to the end. That's fascinating to me that you were able to do it. So how long did it take for you to get from writing that punchline down and be like, all right, now I got to just, whatever you said, you went up on stage and started talking?
I don't think I started, actually sitting down and was like, hey, I need to write down this joke. I think it took me, 2 months, a month or two, to be like, all right, I'm going to sit down and write, because I haven't written the joke, so it took me about, I think, a month or two to sit down and write it. And then I think about 2 weeks it took me to, know where I was going with that joke. In my head. I didn't write it down, but in my head.
How much thought in that 2 weeks were you putting into it?
Not a lot. Not a whole
You're just a fucking savant?
Huh? Yeah, exactly. The thought I put into it was what leads up to that. People don't read my body. Because I was for our listeners, I have a disability that, makes me weak. It gives me overall body weakness. And so I was at work, I do respite, and I went to this person's house, and the primary caregiver does it during the week, and I do it during the weekends. And so the primary caregiver was like, hey, you need to help him move his mattress because I'm old, and I can't really do what I could do before. And the person coming after you has a disability, so he can't help move the mattress. And I was like, all right, I've told you I've had a disability, so that kind of pissed me off.
And it involves strength.
Yeah, and he's had some surgeries, some hernia surgeries or something, so they don't want him to use a lot, lift a lot. But if you've been around people with disabilities, they want to do everything. They don't want your help. So I was just like, all right, dude, whatever.
It's really rude, because we're offering a lot of help.
Yeah.
And they're like, no thanks, asshole. I'm just saying, if you can get back to everybody, let them know.
Yeah.
We're a little hurt.
So that's what...
You've never offered to help anyone lift anything.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true at all.
And if someone asked you, you'd say no.
Yeah, no, I'll say no if they ask, but I'll volunteer sometimes.
Oh.
So that's what started the whole, hey, can you help me lift the mattress a bit? And I go, and then I talk about how do people not read my body when...
And a lot of your jokes, too, are obviously the murdering vagina one does read off of your body. That's one where they do look at you and they're like, oh, yeah, dude, this is hilarious.
Well, that's the first one where my friend James was like, you're making fun of yourself because you have a disability. People, I don't say that in the
You
bit.
never talk about it, but I
never,
like that.
I talked about my disability once on stage at Copper, and I felt like, dude, I'm telling you I have a disability, give me pity laughs. And it just felt weird.
Yeah, and that's cool, man. I like that about your comedy a lot because every comic that has a disability, that's the majority of their act.
Yeah, some chick I dated briefly was like, it's very humbling knowing you have a disability and you don't talk about it or you don't write jokes off of it or anything.
There's two ways to look at it, I think, because one, I'm from the school of you talk about your life on stage. That's a big part of your life, right? Yeah. People give me shit for talking about my son a lot. It's a big part of my life. That's who I spend the most time with. So a lot of things happen with him around. But also, I appreciate in your comedy from that aspect of the disability stuff, where I think why a lot of people say things, oh, I'm using my son as a crutch almost. Because it's kind of a lot. Everybody that has a child that's a comic talks about their kids, right? So it's the same as every comic that has a disability talks about their disability.
I think it's the same as a dirty comic. Like, they're dirty because that's kind of like all they know is dirty jokes. And you talk about your son right now because that's all you basically, you're with him all the time. So you have that material. And I don't know. Do you know where I'm going? I feel like
I do. Because personally, I'm trying to work a little bit away from it so that I have that material on my son, but I've got other stuff I want to talk about that I deal with in life and go through that I think I have a point of view on. But it's just a whole work in progress. I'm putting together, your hour set of pacing and what you need to do and to add and take away things. But the majority chunk of my stuff is, it's built around my son and just the shit that we do and stuff he says. And that I know I narrow my audience immediately, which I hate doing. Because you do that, the only people that can relate are people with kids or immature adults.
Yeah. Yeah, I also think you go through phases in comedy. You've gone through my phase, and so now you're going through a phase in personal life.
Yeah. When I talk about when I talk about drinking, and I'd make fun of drunk whatever, but I do it I'm 34 years old. I'm not drinking like 21-year-olds do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those jokes to me, I can't do that. I can't relate to any of that. Now I'm talking to the point of an adult where it's like, yeah, you guys, it's a Saturday night show. I'm like, you guys are getting drunk as shit tonight because you have 24 hours tomorrow to just do nothing and recover because that's how long it takes us.
Oh, yeah.
But then the Sunday night crowd, I love the Sunday night crowds for some reason because I'm like, the first thing I say is, thanks for coming out. Anybody got that work anxiety yet that you got coming for tomorrow? And everybody on is just like, yeah, I do. Oh, my God, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And you just bullshit off of that for a while. But it's just different. It's so different for me to tell, like, you guys who are in your 20s. You can relate to that.
Well, I hate when people do weed comedy because I don't carry it away, but I don't smoke weed, so it's not funny to me. And there's a lot of comics that do just comedy about being high. And I'm like, I don't get it. And I don't care.
Yeah, and it's like most people do the same stuff while they're high that everyone else does.
Play video games, eat, I guess.
Which isn't that unique.
Yeah, I think the weed is going to go down because it's legal now.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not taboo.
So, everyone does it.
Specialness.
Now what'll happen is the weed jokes will turn into the drinking jokes.
Maybe. Drinking's so much more fun, though.
I wouldn't know. I don't know the other.
You have crazy stories when you drink.
Yeah.
What'd you say when you get high? Dude, I sat and watched TV, TV for 5 hours.
Time for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's everybody that smokes weed, that's their argument to legalizing it. It's like, make it legal, dude. We don't do anything anyway.
And then I just thought about this. When I ask a girl in the audience, like, if she would pick me, like she's out on the town.
Oh, I love that part.
I don't know how.
If you're looking
I think
for
that was.
someone
I think that was.
Murder your vagina.
Like,
and I come walking in. I'm doing your bit for you.
I don't remember how. That could have just been like a right there thing. I'm trying to remember how I came up with it, but I don't.
Just writing on stage. Cole, do you write out on paper or do you write on stage?
I just talk into my phone and it so write on paper, I guess would be the actually no.
No, that wouldn't be right.
That would be talking into my phone.
Actually, but that'd be even more writing on stage. That's the way I look at that.
So what do you mean writing on stage?
Like I write on stage. I don't write really anything on paper.
So like you go up with just topics, and I'm trying to get more into that. Because like lately I've been writing where it's like I memorize my set, and then it comes across as like I'm just up there and like a robot just like saying my entire set, and then like get off stage.
That's the danger of falling into that. The people that write on paper, you can tell.
Really?
Yeah, you can tell they're rehearsing.
Can you tell with me?
Well, no, because you've been doing it long enough. Like there's new comics, and you see them go up there, and you're just like, they don't look up. Their mannerisms on stage.
Time between, I've
that's another compliment I've got from Anwar. He's one night after the switch, he went up and he did a bit. And then he paused to just take a sip of his beer, like very slowly. And it was just like, fuck you, I know that was funny. I'm going to celebrate by taking a drink. And I go, dude, I love that. He goes, I actually kind of learned that from you, because that's what you take your time on stage. And I was like,
your timing is impeccable, really, man. And half the time, you even say, I don't know. Like, you don't even know you're doing it. That's how good you are at that. Like that's incredible.
Yeah.
So, anyways, moving along.
Cole, let's joke.
Yeah, let's get into a bit that you got.
A bit that I got. I don't know. It's hard.
Your Apple joke.
Apple joke. Oh.
Yeah, the beer.
Okay. Yeah. That's yeah. Okay. So I have a joke. I'm a millennial. Millennials have ruined beards and tattoos. Used to be you'd see a guy with a big beard and a sleeve of tattoos, you'd think to yourself, that guy's a badass. Now you see a guy with a big beard and a sleeve of tattoos, you think, that guy works at the Apple store. And I go into or that guy can make a great cup of coffee. I bet he wants to tell me how superior vinyl sounds.
We should say
it's true.
Yeah. And so I think, I don't know what the process was. I remember actually I went to the Apple store,
and the guy working there was drinking a beer.
No, it's funny. It's funny. So my Apple makes shitty products. I'm just kidding. I have like a 4-year-old MacBook Pro, so it's dying, and so I've been going there like once a month. And so I saw this guy who has just a sleeve of tattoos and a large beard, and I wrote it down on my phone. I was like, there has to be something with that. And now every time I go to the Apple store, I'm like, that guy helped me write that joke because he's always there.
They're like models now. Dudes with beards.
Yeah.
It's like,
I heard beards are going out of style.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Because even the Apple guy has one.
Everyone has one. It's not a rare thing anymore.
No, it's not. But Cole, how quick did you get them with that from you doing it, thinking it's funny enough, and you hit on stage with it?
I'd say, actually, I don't know, maybe like a week of just trying it and just doing the Apple and then building it into, I have like about a minute and a half bit about that, and building it so probably like a month where it got to a minute and a half, but where it got to just the Apple part, about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get an idea or a premise, how quick does it go from I have this idea to then getting up on stage and working it out?
Too long.
Really?
Yeah, I'm with the confidence issue. It's just like partially being new to it, going up, and with a new bit is still terrifying to me, and I stumble over it. But I still go out and try it.
What? All right, this is a cool question. Like, what technique do you use when you go up and try it? Are you going up straight cold and you try the bit and then keep working whatever material you're doing for the night, or do you ease into it where you lead off the top with something you know that works, so the crowd laughs and already digs you, think you're funny, and then you try the new?
I'd say probably crowd digs you, and then kind of throwing in new stuff and seeing how far you can take that one concept and what other directions you can go with it.
I was just going to bring something up with how you said that, because if you do stuff you've already done and then you do a new joke, couldn't like they still be laughing at your old stuff?
Yeah.
And so you don't really get a perception on how funny it is, because they may be still on that, I'm laughing right now and I'll laugh at anything you say. Like In the Pocket, I think I've heard, where you can just say something and they'll laugh at it.
Once you hit the pocket, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah, it is.
It's incredible. But there's a couple ways to look at it. So if you just go stone cold in and you tell the bit, and if you get the laugh, then you're like, all right, I got something that works. And if you don't get the laugh, there's a couple ways you can look at that. Like, either it's dog shit and I should just ditch it immediately, or it needs more work. But a lot of even headliners, when they're working new material, they don't do it off of the top. So they'll go and run through material that works, and then they'll squeeze in a new bit or some new material in, and you can't even really tell. And I don't think that they're laughing at the previous joke that they're doing. They're just in there. They're with you. Like, one of the things that I learned a long time ago is when you go up on stage, don't grab the microphone and start talking right away. You go up, like, shake a couple people's hands that are sitting in the front row, or just stand there, say what's up before you get in the microphone, say hey to the audience, whatever, and then go back around to the microphone and say hey.
I've
been told that.
That's something I learned just recently. I went out. I did that Crescent Ballroom show.
The Switch?
No, it was one that Ryan Stalder.
Oh yeah, okay.
A while ago, and I went up and started saying my jokes before I even like I took the mic off, put the stand, and while the mic's over here, I was like, hey, I'm a millennial, and brought it to my face. So, like, I learned that, like, right there. You just got to be patient with it. And
that's the hardest thing, man, especially when you start, because you don't have a long time up there. So you're just like, dude, I've got all these things I want to say and not a lot of time to do it. Everybody shut the fuck up. Here we go.
Yeah.
You can laugh, but I'm still running through the laughs. Let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, learning the patience and the timing and that internal clock is so important when you're doing this. Okay, so you're 8 months in?
Yeah.
7-8 months? Would you say, because you're really good. I mean, you're funny and you do have that stage presence for sure. Would you say that, like, did you study comedy before you started doing it?
I have a degree in video production, and so I would make comedy shorts. And so I would write out, and like I've actually looked back at my old scripts, and it's just like dog shit. It's just so bad. And so I think that like with every writer, whether it's stand-up, drama, any aspect of it, you go through years of just garbage. And I think I'm still in the dump, but like trying to I could see where I could possibly get out of it.
Do you record your sets?
Yeah. Sometimes it depends. If my girlfriend goes, then I have her record video.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
that's even better. It's hard as shit to watch, dude.
Yeah,
it's so hard to look back and watch it. Like, who is this douchebag?
Yeah.
What?
So I hate my voice. So yeah, it's hard listening.
I know. I want to listen to this podcast, but like I don't want to hear my voice.
I just started I started coming up with a bit on that of people. Everybody hates their voice.
Yeah.
So
I used to, and now the more I listen to this, I like it. I'm a narcissist.
You're just but you're used to it. Like, you get used to it?
I got used to it, so it doesn't bother me. I don't know that I like it, but it doesn't bother me anymore.
Do you guys come up with, like, a premise or something and you think it's hilarious, and then, like, the next day you keep working and you're like, no, this is the worst fucking thing I've ever thought of.
Yeah.
There's no way. But like your first thought is like, oh my god, I can't wait to hit the stage and tell this killer bit. And next day you're like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna let somebody else fall on that sword.
Yeah. I had something I was working on and I was pretty excited about, and I did it to someone, and they were like, "That's awful." And then I did it to someone else, and they were like, "Yep, that's awful." I was crushed.
Whoa.
I'm just like,
that sucks, dude. Both your kids?
No. They loved it.
It was about them.
Yep.
Do you guys try out jokes on people, like comedians or?
I do my son.
Your son?
Yeah, but no, I don't do it. Yeah, I don't run material on other people.
I get so weird about
you do
just, like even saying my joke on this. I'm just like, I don't know. It's because it's not on a stage, and I know there's 3 people, so it's not going to get like an applause.
Well, what's the smallest crowd you've ever done?
Like 3 comics.
That's the fucking worst. So no one. All right, Justin.
I don't know.
All right, good answer. So look,
I'll just say the same 3 comic. Where was it?
Crack ups, I'd say.
Oh.
Like getting on like spot 17, 11:30 at night.
I'd say about 1. I've gone last at Scottsdale.
Yeah.
The only one there.
What did you do? Did you run material?
Yeah, this was when I like the second time I ever went up at Crack Ups, and I just ran material, and yeah, it was brutal.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I forget what I did. Remember when we did your live show?
Yeah.
That was not the biggest crowd.
No, it wasn't.
So that's up there. I'm sure there were like 2 non-comics.
But there was also 2,000 people listening to it.
All right, well, go fuck yourself.
So that's probably the biggest crowd you've ever done.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that pissed me off when you guys were doing that. You're like talking into the computer and fucking around. I'm like, you guys are idiots.
I didn't do that.
I know.
Who did that?
Were you on the first one or the second one?
The second one, I think.
Yeah, you did it. So.
No, I didn't.
All right.
I talked.
Hey, look, I'm not going to get in this argument on the show. Edit this out.
Yeah, okay.
No, we don't edit anything. I don't know how. But I was talking. Okay, you guys know who Adam Ray is?
Yeah.
So he's a headliner.
Laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. His feature came to Chop last night.
Yeah. John Stinger.
Yeah, he's good. Fuck that. His delivery was good.
It's funny. But I was talking with Adam, and I asked him because the crowd last night was small.
Like 20 people, I heard.
Yeah. And 20, yeah, you run your material and whatever. But I said, I mean, when it gets to be super small, do you still run material? Because he's up there for an hour.
Yeah.
And he said, you have to. Because in my experience, you do more crowd work than you do material when it's a really small crowd. Mm-hmm. Let's say 6 people. Because at that point, you just need to get more intimate with them rather than like, hey, here we go with my material. I'm acting like there's a full packed house.
Yeah.
But he said you run material because if you make them laugh really hard, then you've got gold that'll crush everywhere.
It's harder to make smaller crowds laugh, right? Because
Yeah.
you feel like, oh, this is kind of awkward.
Laugh.
Is that why?
I think laughter spreads like 33% or something in like a big crowd. I don't know, something like that.
What do you mean? Like if one person
Like if one person laughs, it's 33%. It's gonna
just because it's contagious.
Yeah, and then everybody.
Oh, that's why it's almost impossible to not crush in a big room that's full.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
New Faces.
Yeah.
Killed it on New Faces. And I watched the set, and I just like had it been in like a small room, I would have bombed.
Does everybody kill in that show?
Yeah.
Really? Everyone?
Yeah, I next time I'm doing it, I just want to like do not my worst, but like material that I know that like my B material, I guess. Like I know my A material is like my vagina midget joke and all that stuff, and my B material would be like my dermatologist joke, or my joke about my.
You're really generous on your material.
What do you mean?
Just kidding. Fuck, I'm fucking around.
You're going to regret this.
I am. I know. I'm just gonna. I'll write some of your jokes for you so you get better.
Yeah, I'd probably get worse if that
I'm
happened.
just kidding. Because I can't
I'm
write.
glad I'm not close to you. This would be brutal.
I've really never seen him be that mean to anyone.
I'm not. I really don't think I am. I can't wait to hear it. I know I'm going to send Justin. I won't even send you a text. I'll send you an email so it's long and written out of my apology letter, and then I'll read it next week in front of people at a club.
That's got to be your set, your apology letter.
Yeah. So there's this dude, Justin Tietjen, right? And I just bring like a poster of you, a fat head that I plan on the wall.
Well, if you think about it, the new faces, even if you only bring 10 people, I was like, well, I only bring 10, and it was filled, so there's like 100 people I didn't bring. But they're still coming, and they're trying to make it and be a comedian and be funny. So I'm just going to go and support, I
look at that list, because they post that list of the people that are on that show, and I've never, not that I'm the end-all, be-all, I'm not at all, but I've never heard of most of the people on the list.
Yes.
Is it a lot of their first times?
Probably. They probably are just like, I want to get on stage.
Isn't it called New Faces?
Yeah. Justin's new face has been on it. How many times is it?
I think this is my 4th time.
When are you going?
Like July 9th? No, 8th. Because
the Improv?
Monkey Pants, is the 9th.
Let's see. We got to wrap up here, but I want to end on a couple stories if we can. Don't make them really long, because I got a shit. So,
how can you follow a story with that?
No, I'm just kidding. I want the story. So either you can choose. There's 2 topics. Either your worst or best experience on stage, or something you did as a kid that you either got in trouble for, or you should have gotten a lot of trouble for but didn't get caught.
Well, my best experience was the first time I did New Faces. They let me go 10 extra minutes. Yeah, Brad lit.
How much time do you get on there?
You get 5.
Okay.
And then I did like 14 and a half or something. Right. And so the guy was going to light me, and apparently he light me twice, and I didn't see it. And then he was going to light me a 3rd time, and the manager was like, no, I want to see where he's going. And so they just let me go for 14 minutes, and I did my midget, my gay bit, and my period bit. And I think
so you can see the highbrow humor that Justin's bringing to the stage.
So yeah,
I love it, dude. I fucking love your jokes.
I bring my last. I was the last one. I brought my relatives, so I had like 20, 30 people. I went last, and by the end, everyone was dead. Like they're like, "Fuck! I just want to go home." No one could believe that they stayed throughout the whole thing, because most of the time people just come for the person they want to see, and then they
get
leave.
Up and leave.
Yeah,
I hate
and
that.
they stayed through the whole thing. And so I went up, and I just fucking killed it. Even after my friend was like, "Dude, that was like professional up there." And I almost tripped on the mic cord.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I did trip. I almost fell.
Okay. Did you, how do you know? So if you're doing 5 and they're not lighting you.
I was in the pocket.
Right, but you know that you have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You hit that and nobody gives you a lighter. You're just like, fuck it, I'll just keep going and you whatever?
Yeah, I was looking for the light because I didn't want to overdo my time. My plan was to do my gay rumor bit and my period bit, and that was it. And then I knew that was around 5 minutes. And so I kept looking, and I didn't see it, and so I went into my midget bit. And I think I did my PBS. My last bit was my PBS job bit. And that was the start of it mellowing down. So I think that's... And I couldn't think of any other joke.
So you got off after the 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Without being lit, you were just like, all right.
No. I think they lit me. They knew. I think they knew I was.
Okay.
I was like, fuck, guys, I'm running out of time. Light me.
You're giving me a half hour. I only got 10, dude. I don't know what to do.
And then when I got off stage, some dude, came out of the green room, and some dude was like, I've never shaken hands with a celebrity before.
And did you tell him you still haven't?
I just said thank you. And then some chick that worked there, the same chick that said it was humbling that I had a disability, but I didn't really. She was like, I've worked at this club for like a year, and you're the best one. I think the best one that has a chance of making it. But then again, I think she kind of liked me, so it could have been like fucking lie.
Did you ask her out? Tell her you can murder that shit?
Yeah, I asked her out, but then shit didn't work.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Nah, whatever.
Convicted murder?
Yeah.
All right, attempted. So, all right, Cole?
I'll go with something I should have not gotten away with.
Yes!
So I don't really tell people this much, so I might as well do it on a podcast that has a lot of viewers. So I was 16, and my friend had just gotten his license.
But I got to stop. I'm so excited right now. Dude, look at the smile.
Yeah, so he's 16, gets his license, and we're like, hey, let's go driving. And after an hour of driving, we get bored. So like, hey, let's go hit trash cans with your car. Because it was garbage day, because we're 16.
With the car?
With the car, which is a great idea. And
I'm assuming plastic
trash cans.
This is going to be a bad
So we hit a guy, kill him,
just
bury
the
him.
dumpsters.
Haven't talked about it since.
Grocery store.
But I thought now.
Yeah, I thought now. It's been weighing on me for a while. No, so we go out, do that, and we hit one trash can, but we hit it at a weird angle, and the car goes over it. And
That's what I'm thinking in my head. Like, how do you do that? All right.
It lifts up and then just slams on the ground. And we're like, shit. So we get out the car. His bumper's hanging down. The light popped out. And it's just, you can't just pop it back in. We're screwed. It's his dad's car.
So what was the excuse?
So we decided to tell him that we had gotten pizza at this place that is in kind of a bad neighborhood. And when we came out, these skaters had kicked out the light. And in our minds, we're like, how can we make this more believable?
I don't want my son to grow up. I don't want him to grow up. He's going to fuck with my life.
This sounds like a bit right here, to be honest with you.
We think, how can we make it more believable? Let's key the car.
Go, shit.
This is why I love stories.
This is smart if you think about it.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
you would never key your own car. Well, you would.
Holy shit.
I would key my friend's car.
Great.
Dad's car.
So excited.
And so we were like, okay, let's do it. And before we can even before we said yes, our friend takes out his key and starts scraping in the word penis.
That was on his bucket list. Obviously. Like, no one even had to prompt him.
He's like, I got this. He's been waiting. And so I'd never got in trouble with it. My friend, I don't know. I haven't talked to him in 7 years.
We never talked again.
People's cars when kids take them doesn't happen when you take your own car. If I lent my car to someone, shit would happen. If I was driving it, nothing bad happens.
I hope your parents are gonna listen to this.
I hope they don't.
And they're like, hey, you know your car? I know what happened. And they just throw you under the bus.
It wasn't your car, right?
No, it was my friend's dad's car.
You didn't
Luckily-
key it, did
Story.
you?
Well done.
Dude,
That was awesome.
that was awesomely cool. That's perfect, because last week, dude, with Jason's story about stealing cars, and this shit with cars is the best,
We're gonna
dude.
get people
It's the
arrested on
best.
the show.
No, dude, statute of
We're gonna show up
limitations.
to my
We're all good.
house.
Fucking keyed the car.
That was great.
That makes it believable, though, because
Before
you
you
never key your own
Yeah.
What
etching.
He's got stuff.
what was the dad's reaction? Like, would you like,
I hope
yeah,
you're
okay,
okay?
that sounds about right.
His friend called him, or my friend called him and told them like what happened, and the friend was just like, or the dad was just like, you need to come home, and that's all we heard about it.
Yeah, never saw your friend
Never
again.
saw her friend again.
Oh, fuck, man. Guys, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man. It was a lot of fun. Shout off again anything you want to before we close out.
Doing a fantastic voyage. I feel like I should mention that. Going from California to Canada. So check that out. Google
it. That's cool, dude. I saw that. That's cool.
I stated all the shit I would do.
All right, cool, man. Thanks for coming on, Justin. You'll never be back.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Do you say that every time you have him on, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, actually, maybe. I don't know.
We have this relationship like I was totally gay with him the other day. Over text.
What?
He murdered.
Oh yeah,
Kevin's
no,
asshole.
over text, dude.
Yeah.
Over text.
He murder Kevin's asshole.
No, fuck you. No, it was over text. He was like texting me sweet nothings.
Sexting. He sexted penis on his car.
No,
All right.
I didn't.
All right. Well, let's just stop it before shit gets weird.
Yeah, no, it hasn't got
It
weird.
hasn't been weird. Ever.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for listening. Have a good week. We will see y'all next week.
I love you.
This has been another great presentation by the 4-Eyed Radio Network. You can find more information at 4eyedradio.com.